It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Chadlington Brewery, and this is a bottle of their Chadlington Oxford Old Blue. It's a 4% ABV beer in a 500ml bottle. I managed to get over my focus issues on this camera by actually touching the touchscreen on the viewfinder. It focuses in on the beer immediately, so a little bit of practice. So here we go, I'm going to bring it in, look, unfocused, and it's focused. Never mind. Without further ado then, let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. Some of you at this stage are probably like, what is he banging on about? What is this guy banging on about? Focus and... So I've had the Oxford Blue. What is the Oxford Old Blue? What's the difference in the beer? Well, it looks tremendous. That looks absolutely fantastic. One finger, white head, good levels of carbonation rolling up the glass. It's a chestnutty amber coloured beer. That is looking really good. Oh, here we go. We need to press the button. Watch now. Focus. See that? What a lovely looking beer. I can bring it in closer as well and press that again, and it'll refocus for you so you can really see the quality of that beer. And I press back on the screen and then whoosh, we're back to me. I'm just used to the camera doing it itself. This camera's a bit, cost me a lot of money, this camera, and it's just really temperamental with the focus. I mean, I could come in like this and I could jump in and put this beer in, and look, it just doesn't want to focus. It just, and then it does. it's just, oh, okay, camera, work when you want to work. We got a chestnutty coloured beer. Let's focus on the beer then. Let's focus on the beer. Let's get the aroma. Biscuity, bready, nutty. That smells really good. It smells really good. I like their beers. I'm a big fan of Chadlington Brewery's beers because what they do is that they brew the traditional British premium ales, but at a higher standard than what you would pick up in the supermarket. Now, when I first started the channel, I was very much interested in these kind of supermarket beers because I was cutting my teeth in beer. I was learning about beer, and it was probably just before the IPA craze really kicked off in 2010. I'm quite lucky in the fact that I got into beer when I did, because there's a lot of interest in beer now. There's a lot of people doing what I do, and I'm quite happy that I got in at 2010 when I did, cutting my teeth with supermarket premium ales. But what I'm trying to say is with this type of premium ale is that it's a higher quality. It's a higher quality beer than what you would pick up in the supermarket. You can really get the biscuitiness and the breadiness and the nuttiness of the aroma. There's some raisin, there's some plum, there's some fig, there's some prune. It smells wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Ah, it's lovely. Absolutely lovely. It's a real nutty, biscuity, bready. Yeah. A real traditional biscuity, bready, nutty beer. Now I worked with my father a few years ago. He was a surveyor giving 10-year guarantees to new build properties or refurbished properties that people wanted to then sell. And we had a couple of barn conversions down in Oxford to sign off, and we had a few kind of new build houses to sign off. And I remember, as soon as you hit that kind of Oxford area, it's a different world. It's a beautiful part of the UK, it really is. If you're watching from around the world, then Oxford really is. It's got my fancy. If ever I had the money to retire somewhere, it would probably be in that region. Down the M4, Swindon, Marlborough, that sort of M4 junction. I don't know what, Swindon, Marlborough area. But you head north from there into Oxford, the Oxford area. And boom, I tell you what, there's some money down that way. There is some money down that way. But it's very traditional at the same time. It's very much kind of, would I be right in calling it Middle England? Is that what they call it? It's a very affluent area of the country. It's a very intelligent area of the country. And you can see, you can picture, because there's some beautiful pubs down there, some wonderful pubs down there. You can picture people sitting in beer gardens, you know, with a cricket pitch across the way, and they're enjoying a pint of beer with the beer garden, and in the beer garden with the sun shining, and it's a pint of good classic traditional British premium ale. That's the picture that this beer is giving to me. That's the picture of where I imagine this beer being drank. Don't get me wrong, enough of you watch my channel. I absolutely adore all of the New World beers that are around. Your New England IPAs and your Baltic, oh, they're not even, Baltic Porter's not even a new style, but you know, these wonderful styles that everybody's drinking at the moment. But I think it's very important that we don't forget the premium ale. We don't forget this style of beer, because for me, this is classic England. This is classic England. Open up your bag of crisps on your pub beer garden table, and the sun's shining and people are playing cricket in the background, and you've got a nice pint of real ale. I love it. I love that thought of life. I love that kind of, that Sunday afternoon, shall we go for a pint in the beer garden? Because where I live in South Wales, in Barry, in this part of Barry, there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go around here for a decent pint of biscuity, bready ale. And the thought of a beer garden is just a dream for me. It's just a dream. Right, let's rate this beer. Lovely, absolutely lovely beer. Got me reminiscing about stuff again. And yeah, it's that for me, I think that's my favourite out of the Chadlington Brewery beers. The Oxford Old Blue, 4% ABV, bucket loads of flavour. I like it enough to give it a 9 out of 10. So 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.